fault of the African. It is not the fault of the white man or the white woman. You see, the problem is we do not appreciate it. We have been corrupted in a way that we think that anything that is international is better. For instance, 2 days ago, my daughter was telling me that she went to go and plait her hair in Brixton. And there, as she was doing her hair, the woman was narrating the story how women in Nigeria are trying to get her to travel to Nigeria to plait their hair. And I said, excuse me? He said, yes. They said they would pay all expenses, come to Nigeria and come and plait her hair. And I said, you see, he said, but she felt so embarrassed. So you could see that everyone is now saying, you see, if it's Europe, it was done in London. You understand? Because the money they are using is not their money. Because plaiting of hair is an African thing. So even if you turn in and you say, okay, look, bring that lady there, come and do my hair, you are distributing the wealth. But this one, they will spend all that money, bring somebody from Brixton and say it's not Brixton, because the lady, my hair is plaited in London. Then 2 weeks time, you rip it off, you bring her again to come and plait your hair again. This is the problem we have. So the problem really is African. There is a limit to where you can continue to blame people. Because you can blame people till you are blue in the face. It doesn't change anything. We have to change our own the value that we put into things. And we know that we can trust ourselves. But again, you look at it, you'll find that a lot of the times, Africans themselves are not trustworthy. So we need to look at ourselves. We need to look at our credibility. We need to realize that the good of all is where you draw your own good from. So it's not about you. If you say that you want to, only you will steal all the money and then you become rich, you have this white mansion in the middle of the storm, of the slum, then obviously you cannot live in peace, because you are surrounded by people from whom you have stolen, and they are hungry, so they are going to try and come across to you and steal from you. That is the problem that we have in Africa. Africans themselves need to be able to wake up and do their work. And know that the recovery of Africa is to do with them. And that's one of the reasons why Women of Africa, even when we had an office and we were mediating the difficulties that Africans have, especially in London here, we didn't have funding, because they said, go and run the marathon. If you run the marathon, Africans, even if you collect donate £1 each, that will give you sufficient money to pay for your rent. If you come to think about it, it is true. But the point remains, when you work to say, right, we identify a problem. And most of the times what I say is that if Britain is multinational, multicultural, Britain needs to understand multicultural Britain. Because if you don't, you bring in all sorts of people in, then you need to know, you need to support the agency that is helping people to live well and understand your culture, which was what we were doing. So really, the fault is Africans. And then when you bring African in, before you know where you are, you are struggling, because they are going to wreck it. So the point is, Africans, I think this year, I've continued to say that this year, 2012, Africans need to begin to work together. What is Africa? If Africa is the one focus of all of us, then all of us must learn to know that the future Africa is a future for your own children. Because you cannot say, you see me here, I'm very rich, but everybody else, they are all very poor. Because they judge you from the poor of your country.